Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Crispy, and since it's time for some more Unicorn Overlord, Rapport Units Only Challenge Run. This is a challenge run where we can only use Rapport units. And hardcore Rapport, because they have to 100% all gel with each other. So in the last episode, we got a bunch of promoted units, but the problem is that they all only work with each other, and that's only 3 of them, and that's sad. So that unit is going to be useful here later in the video, and also this video is going to be a little goofy and very edited because the audio did not record properly, because for some reason the game audio is just blasting and you can barely hear me talking. I was like mumbling or something, so I don't know. Didn't make any sense to me why it didn't come out well, so I apologize that this is going to be a little bit even more edited than normal, but it wasn't a super eventful episode until the end anyways. What I basically am realizing for the majority of the episode, though, is that we desperately need to get more renown so we can get promoted, because promoted units are going to just be incredibly strong and necessary moving forward. We still have a strong enough unit in our Ren unit to dominate most battles and solo most maps, but that's going to eventually start to become a lot harder to achieve. So we're in Elheim right now, and again, yeah, we're gonna jump around a lot. I started out trying to progress the Elheim story. That was kind of the goal of this episode, until I realized, oh man, there's no point, because we're just not gonna be buff enough to continue even into the other regions. We really need to advance renown. But I still decided, because the Ren unit is so powerful, might as well get a few of these missions knocked out. So that's what you're seeing here. This was just unlocking another lower town. It doesn't have any real significance, except for the fact that for some reason I had a decent amount of materials for Elheim and was able to level these towns, which was nice, because I bought a couple of extra materials here because we were low on materials, but we're also low on funds. And that's the other main issue. In the Let's Play series, we were able to mix flying units with our most powerful units, and that would allow us to fly right to the boss and beat the boss as quickly as possible. And what is happening now in these Rapport units, everything has to be, the rules that we're going by, everybody has to gel with everybody, and right now the most powerful unit is this Ren unit. There's nobody that can fly or get by any of this terrain issues that works with Ren right now, and works, well, there might be, I feel like one of the Griffin people works with Ren, but they don't all work with each other, and that's the goal with a hardcore Rapport units only, is every single person has to have every other person on their list. And it's making it very challenging and very tough to achieve. Because even in this battle right here, this is where we finally unlock the Elven Fencer unit. And I forget their name, but I just was under the assumption that all elves have rapports with each other, and they don't, because the majority of them don't like each other, and I think almost all of them have a problem with Rosalinda, which is crazy because she's the first one you get and one of the most powerful, so it's incredibly annoying. If you wanted to do like a region challenge and only use people from Cornea in units together and only use people from Elheim together, I mean, that could be a difference, but this, I already started with the rules one way. I'm not going to change it in the middle of a run, and it is making it challenging. So like, I really have to sit there and think about what units can go with what units. Another reason why this series is becoming or making more sense to be edited, because I spend so much time in menus that I feel like it can become excruciating to watch. I mean, unless you guys like that stuff. I mean, let me know in the comments below if you really enjoy watching, you know, menu con, you know, we're just sitting here staring at menus for the entire time. And yeah, so I think we specifically had to have Rosalinda talk to this unit to make sure we got it to unlock the Elven Fencing unit. And I just so happened to have her, well, because she was she was the first promoted unit we had. She's so easy to get, so I had her in Elaine's unit. But Elaine's unit's been falling behind because it just can't keep up with the power scaling that we're achieving. And I never intended this challenge to be a speed run, but also because I'm playing multiple other games at the same time now and not entirely focusing on this game, part of me is kind of pushing it as a challenge run or as a speed run. So I'm moving quickly through things just to see if the units I have can handle it, basically. And again, right now this Ren unit, as in the Let's Play, it doesn't seem to matter. Whoever gels with Ren seems to just be the most OP units in the game. And every person on this team is just so powerful. Not to mention that Ren has the ability where she can just keep spamming that to be able to absorb stamina from units. So as long as you have 2 Valor, you can absorb stamina from units and then you can just keep going. So she kind of never has to rest and she can just keep going, and that's how you can solo entire maps just with a Ren unit. So definitely worth it. Also, let me know if you guys want to see more of the actual combat, or if you just want to see if the challenge run is achievable with the units I'm using and the gear I have on them, which again is lacking. And that's what I started to say before. The gear is lacking because I haven't had a unit that's strong enough to just go into any of those challenge modes where you can just farm XP and gold. Because the benefit to those things, those circle, the signias, that's what they are, the signias. You find a high level signia, you find one that you find a signia, you find one that is short and very easy to access by Griffin, and you beat it in under a minute or 2, and you just keep doing that over and over and over again. You get a ton of money, a ton of XP books, and then you can use those XP books to power level your guys. It's the way we were able to get through the Let's Play no problem. Barely anything held us up in the Let's Play because of doing that method. But here, like I said, the issue is the strongest unit right now is this unit right here, the Ren unit. with Virginia and Gilbert and Leah? Lynn? Lion? I don't know how you say her name. This unit is just so powerful, mainly because of Ren, but Gilbert's awesome too, with these crazy buffs he gives. But really, it's still not a fast enough unit to power level any of those Signias. So that's why this is not going as well as I had hoped, and we're not getting the gear that I wanted, and we're not even stopping to farm gear. Just kind of going with a lot of base equipment and hoping it works out, and for the most part it has been, because the units have been strong enough. This Ren unit being so incredibly overpowered. Vital Absorb, that's the ability. There you go, Vital Absorb. Just makes it so that Ren can solo maps. I think this was the longest battle I let play out in this episode, just to get a feel of a map that, again, I couldn't traverse because right now the Ren unit doesn't have any type of terrain manipulation, so we just have to walk through it. But it's not so bad, and just finish it off right here. Now we'll have the Elving fencing unit unlocked. Again though, unfortunately, it didn't gel with the rules 100% enough to matter, so we don't end up even making a unit with it right now. I believe there's at least 1 or 2 more Elven units we get in Elheim, but after this, I just kind of got upset that none of the elves actually had rapports with each other. It's not that they don't with each other. They don't all have enough rapports with each other. So I got upset. I bought a bunch of these items though because they're really good. And again, blowing the money. But then I thought, okay, if we can't put these elves together and make a strong unit that way, then we're gonna need to get the units that we already have promoted as soon as possible. So yeah, you can see there he only works with Magellan of all people, and then a Legolas guy, and Rosalinda, but then Rosalinda didn't work with all those other people. Oh, I picked up this Morningstar hammer too, because it's freaking insanely strong, but then didn't put it on anybody yet. But yeah, so the play from here was, okay, we gotta get to Renown B, Renown rank B, because we really gotta get promoted units. So this was the next main quest. And I was like, you know what? No. Because it's going to be another half-an-hour battle, because Ren's going to have to solo the map. So forget it. Let's go back. Let's level up a little. Well, let's level up the Renown a little bit, not ourselves. So I go, let's go back to Cornea. And go back to some of these base villages, because as you can see, I kind of blew through Cornea without even unlocking half the villages. And we have a lot of built up materials. And I was like, okay, let's just try to level up these villages, because again, in the Let's Play, that was the fastest way to increase your renown, is to just complete deliveries, station people, do signias, because after each signia counts as a battle, so that any person you had stationed was going to collect the materials for you. So I just had a crap ton of materials and a crap ton of everything we needed, so we could power level villages really fast. and I wanted to see how much of that stuff we could get done here. And it turned out that there's a lot of these starting missions that we just kind of blew past in this challenge. So this is a level 4 quest. So this one we were able to, with the 3-person promoted Griffin unit we got at the end of last episode, we were able to solo a lot of these incredibly fast with that unit, the Celeste unit. So spawn her in and just fly her down with haste 2, knock out the boss, which was Bruno. I forgot about Bruno. So now we have Bruno unlocked, but he also doesn't gel with anybody, so... Hey, we unlocked Bruno, but he's going to be on the bench. Barely used him in the Let's Play. I remember being very excited about him. Very excited about the Gladiator unit and whatever his base unit's called right off the bat. But turns out they just are not as useful as they seem at first. So collecting a few more materials and then finding out, hey, this major village over here wasn't even done. And yeah, I think now we teleport. Yeah, there's the whole northern region up there where you get the one mage guy that annoys the crap out of me because he's so whiny. We haven't even gone up there, so that's a whole nother easy area to go clear too. But yeah, we're gonna take out another quest or two down here. Forgot about Adele down here too as well. So I was excited for him because I thought he would gel with a lot of the other cavalry units. And then it turned out that he did, but not with units that I had leveled or units that I cared enough about. So it's nice to have him unlocked. He might come in handy down the line somewhere, but we don't build a unit off of him either after unlocking him. This was a huge mission that I forgot about. But again, with the promoted Celeste unit, just haste 2 and fly all the way to the end. I think this mission took maybe a total of 4 minutes or something because of all the stoppage for cutscenes and how long it takes a Griffin still to fly over terrain. But once we achieved that, it was nice and easy. Knocked it out. Again, felt like editing it out because it's just not worth watching flying across the terrain. And then the sadness of only getting 15 renown for that. Like, man, that was kind of a major mission. Only gave me 15 renown, what the hell? Complete a couple deliveries here. Again, trying to boost that. I think this town, yeah, this town specifically only gave 10 renown. I'm like, man, we are still so far away. This blows. We gotta figure something out. And yeah, realizing he doesn't gel with anybody else. So looking around and being very excited that based on what we've done so far, we've still been able to get through the main story in Cornea. We've beaten the main story in Drakenhold already, and we're almost done with the main story in Elheim, so we're making really good progress. So that's not an issue. The issue is going to be, we're going to start falling behind because so many units are just not usable. And there are tons of areas still to go back to farm and get all this stuff. But again, kind of trying to do this challenge fast and on the side. So right here, I had already been playing for over an hour, and I'm like, I think I'll just call it an episode. But then I go, the Ren unit's really strong, and the Ren unit's in its 20s. Maybe we can finally handle this liberation quest and break into the north so we can get Unifi and her units. And that's where I was like, yeah, I think we can do this. So here's the liberation quest, and all you have to do is beat this, and then you can instantly get into the north. And again, once you're in there, you only have to do one quest, and then you get 3 of the most powerful units in the game. Unifi and the Were Gladiator guy, and Ramona, the owl that actually counts as a flying unit, like a griffin. It's insane. So I'm like, yes please, let's do this. And yeah, so the Ren unit makes short work of this liberation quest. And tons of buffs and tanking hits like crazy. Basically, yeah, Ren does this whole mission herself practically. One of the few times I think I've ever seen Gilbert attack, because he mainly just sits back and buffs. So it's very weird. But yeah, now it's knocked out. We can get into the north and we can do the Unifi quest, and that's what we do next year. And it was very exciting because also this stuff gives you good renown. So this stuff was boosting that really fast. I mean, 30 right there. And then from this main story quest up here, we get, we got 25 renown again just for walking there. Yeah, from beating this quest, you get 50 renown. I was like, yeah, we need to be up here. This is where we need to be. And this quest in general, I remember in the Let's Play, was kind of intimidating because you were fighting a war on multiple fronts because you had the werebeasts that were attacking you. When it turns night in this region, the werebeasts move like 3 times as fast. I don't know, it's ridiculous. But basically all you have to do in this quest is take out the one dude, and he's very close to you. But I wasn't 100% clear on if Unifi had to talk to Ramona in order to make sure we got Ramona. And then there's so many little requirements like that in this game. So luckily again, having the Celeste unit with haste 2 already, which everybody around that unit when you activate it gets haste 2 as well. Super useful. So all 3 of these units were able to just speed run over here to the tower, clear it out fast enough so that Unifi's unit could just easily walk up unchallenged to Ramona up north and talk to her just to make sure, in case that was a requirement. And then after we were able to do that, then we come back down. And I was thinking, maybe Unifi should win the match too, but then I didn't want to bother with it. I just wanted it over and done with. I didn't want to wait for Unifi to come all the way back down, so. We just end up clearing it with the Ren, as always. I really want to find another unit to go with the Celeste unit, though, to make the Celeste unit actually strong. Because right now, Celeste's unit is just her and a sniper and a scout. So none of them have tanking abilities, so they take so much damage. So we need somebody that can be buff and stand in front of them to help them out. But soften up the boss here a little bit, then we take the Ren unit and do, you know, we've got all the Valor, might as well. Soften them up a little bit more. Blade Wave from Virginia. Incredibly strong. Probably could have done it again, but I was like, no, we can just win. So let's just win. Knocked it out. And now we have achieved getting the 3 best units in the game. And I was so excited, so happy, because now this is going to make the rest of this challenge incredibly simple. I wanted to do this so much earlier, but we were not powerful enough to, and now, yeah, there's that big 50. We're real close to B. We'll be able to get B, no problem, next episode. And now we got Unifi, we've got Modred, and we've got Ramona. And then what I finally decided to do after going here, there's some really good gear in this shop too. The sooner you can get to this shop, wow. You need to have your money for this shop. I bought like all this top stuff and then forgot that this is one of the few shops that at the very bottom has a ton of really good accessories. But I'd already spent like all of the money, so sadly didn't have enough. But yeah, this is where the decision is finally made. Alright. Well, Elaine is incredibly powerful. Elaine works with everybody. The only way we're going to get a 4-person team is if we put Elaine with these 3 that we just got. So, sorry Scarlet fans. Scarlet's going on the bench for a little bit. And most people don't care about Lex, so I guess nobody's really sad about that. And bye-bye Ramona as well. So yeah, knocked them all out. But now this is going to finally put the Elaine unit on par with the Ren unit. And we're going to have 2 really powerful 4-person teams. And I feel like that's going to carry us through probably the rest of this challenge. Really probably the rest of this challenge. Especially once I get Unifi kitted out the way I had her in the Let's Play, or at least close to that. I know she needs a lot of stuff, but just her base unit is strong enough. So I finally take some time, equip some gear on these guys, and make the other decision that, you know, generally Elaine is always going to be your leader because he has really good leader abilities, but we finally have the chance to have him in a unit that can fly, so we can get around easier and make this unit maybe be able to solo maps and power level. So we end up making Ramona the leader because she can traverse terrain and it's awesome. And yeah, that's basically this episode. It was a lot of fun after I realized I could do this, and now this has made it be a lot better of a situation going forward. We have 2 really powerful units now that can hopefully get us through the most of the rest of the challenge, and very excited for more. Let me know in the comments below how you're enjoying this series, and hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please give the video a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and make sure you come back for more. The live stream most days at 4 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, until next time, always remember, stay crispy.